Welcome to Books I Made as a Kid, the series where I peer back into my childhood and revisit some of my earliest creative endeavors. So, The Last Adventure. I made this when I was 7, I'm pretty sure, in the spring of 2010. This book was heavily inspired by Indiana Jones. I loved those films when I was younger, due in part to the Lego sets that I owned. While I was always afraid to watch Kingdom of the Crystal Skull because of that one scene with the alien. Anyways, this book is a vague reimagining of Raiders of the Lost Ark through the eyes of a child, as seen through the boulder on the front cover. Yes, that's supposed to be a boulder. It begins with the main character Rimt. Yes, Rimt. R-I-M-T. He's an archaeologist. I butchered that word, but it's hard to even spell now. He has to go on an adventure with Mr. Williams, the get-a-job guy, to retrieve the artifact known as the Chemistist. Yeah, I know. Also, I had no idea what quotation marks were, or where capital letters were meant to be used. They leave in their jeep and go to the South Pole. I didn't even know Santa lived at the North Pole, or maybe I confused North with South. I was never good at directions, who knows. They want to find Monto, a guy who can fix power lines, but he's not useful at all. Then they bump into a cave where they find him. But oh no! He has a cabin that's on fire, but they can't call 911 because it's a South Pole. How witty of me! I guess this is my interpretation of the Nepal scene from Raiders. So Monto leaves and Rimt and Mr. Williams pack up and take a plane. Somehow they see the temple with the Chemistist and walk there while on a plane. But maybe the plane lands first, I don't say. Gosh, I cannot imagine someone other than me trying to read this and make any sense of this book. It's all dialogue, but not, just a stream of events that can only be deciphered through knowing what I intended. So they're in the temple, avoiding traps, running, swinging over vines, and then dodging falling rocks after Rimt grabs the artifact. But oh no! Bad guys are waiting outside! No big deal. Rimt steals a truck and he and Mr. Williams drive back to Virginia, I guess. Oh, and obligatory catchphrase. Okay, I don't fully understand why I titled this The Last Adventure. Like, why is it the last one? Does Rimt sell the Chemistist for millions and live out the rest of his days? Sure, I'll say that. That's now canon. I don't think I talked about the drawings much. I mean, what is there to say except a 7-year-old drew them? Two-dimensional layouts with little depth, crude coloring, stick arms, spider hands, globular bodies, and round heads. I guess the style would permeate through my next few books. But yeah, that's it. Just 5 or 6 pages. A short boy. I think I finished this in 1 or 2 days. This big clunky thing is kind of important to me though because it shows where I started as a writer. Anyways, now it's time for my list of strange words. Get ready folks, this'll be a doozy. Next, I'll be looking at The Secret of Garcer, so if you're interested in what Child Me was up to, drop a sub. See ya.